right, good morning. Can everyone hear me today? Good, good. Good morning. Thank you for joining us for our third live virtual technology showcase. I'm Lee Harris, one of the regional sales managers for C&E, coming to you from hot and humid Nashville, Tennessee. So today we will be focusing on products that can be used within the food and beverage markets. Today's segments will include and be highlighting our manufacturer partners such as BestCode, coding and marking solutions for printing real-time lot, date codes, and expiration dates for product traceability. Fortress Interlocks, a manufacturer that customizes safety equipment protecting lives in hazardous workplaces. Rittal Enclosures, hygienic design solutions. And KOGANEI International America to share some pneumatic products for food and beverage applications. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You're all muted. So if you're not familiar with the Teams environment, as you move down towards the center of your screen, a bar will pop up, and on that bar, you'll see three dots, or if your screen is wide enough, you'll see a hand. So you want to, if you have a question, click on that hand and chat your question there, and we'll either answer your question at that moment, or we'll get to that before today's showcase is over, or we'll get back to you with the proper information in due time. So with that, I believe we are ready to get started. To kick off the show, we have Dennis Sibley, co-founder of BestCode. Due to a technical difficulty today, Dennis will be calling in, presenting via phone, and our VP of Sales, Chris Jordan, will be driving his presentation remotely. So bear with us. We're going to try to get this right. So Dennis, CJ, take it away.
Thank you. My name is Dennis Sibley, one of the owners here at BestCode. And what we do is we provide coding and marking solutions. And CJ should have a picture of a bottle lid here with a lot code, date code to give a representative sample of what we make machines to do. I open up my fridge and give you a number of examples. Every product that is shown here, food and beverage products, has a lot code, date code, born on date, expiration date, etc. And again, we make the machines that print these. BestCode, we're a design and manufacturing company based right here in Texas in the USA. We're locally owned. We design and manufacture the marking and coding products. We've been doing this for 30 plus years. We're a member of PMMI for many years. We're also a member of the Fort Worth Chamber, and we have thousands of machines installed around the world in over 80 countries. Our facility is located in Fort Worth. Here's a picture of that. We have a 30,000 square foot facility where we make many of the BestCode machines. And CJ, you should be showing a picture of the machines as they're going through the manufacturing process. And so the offer that we have for you, that we're trying to get customers to take advantage of, is call us when you have a coding and marking challenge. The next time your coding and marking system that you have goes down or needs maintenance for any reason it's not usable, call us for a free trial, free demonstration. Let BestCode prove that we can meet your application requirements. We offer self-support options, factory training, and no service contracts required. If it works out, we're more than happy to accept your order. Well, here, let's give you an example of one of the applications, not necessarily in the food and beverage, but it's kind of a highlight. And you should see a fancy Ford automobile there. We'd all like to have one of these, I think. We actually print the codes that go on this engine for product traceability. And CJ should be showing you a video at this point displaying printing directly onto the Ford engine block. Yes, even the engine block has to have product traceability. You should be seeing the printing occur, and the imaging that we're doing here is 3/4 of an inch, 0.75 inch tall. So not only can our technology print small character, but we can also print large character items. Now, if you're watching the video closely, you'll notice that we can also throw the ink up to 2 inches away from the printhead. So the printhead does not have to be mounted close to the substrate. It can be mounted up to 2 inches away. We scroll down. If that video is done, CJ, I don't know if you can hear me or not. All
You're
right.
good, Dennis.
All right, very good. So we're moving on here to the BestCode products or continuous inkjet technology. And the benefits of the technology are we can print on virtually any surface or any substrate. So metal, glass, plastic, so non-porous, semi-porous, and porous, just anything. With dry times as quick as a second. We can print at very high rates of speed, up to 2,000 feet per minute, in any direction or any angle. And again, it's true non-contact printing up to the 2 inches. So we can print as small as 1/10 of an inch and all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. All right, we'll move on to the next video. And what we're demonstrating here is both large character, so up to that 3/4 of an inch, and that throw distance of 2 inches. The next video that pops up is Pepsi. And this is actually a Pepsi bottler that is actually brewing beer. So this is down in Central America. And we're printing yellow ink on an amber bottle. And you should be seeing the code being printed onto the bottle, and ultimately you'll see a nice close-up view of the actual code. And if you notice, that yellow ink is very vibrant. That's not the typical color of a yellow ink that you'd see coming out of a continuous inkjet printer. So it's a very specialized yellow ink for amber bottles. Okay, the next video after that we should be watching is Walmart. Again, another installation in Central America. I have several of the machines. And they are manufacturing and packaging beans. So again, using that yellow ink. All right. The next video after that is going to be flour bags, and it's just a simple 2-line code. And if you'll notice, the throw distance is important in this particular application. It's important due to the fact that the package, the height is going to vary. And so a varying height package, if you have a technology that does not have the ability of having a throw distance of a 1 inch or a 2 inch, the product's going to be hitting the actual printing device. So having a good throw distance is very important. Okay, so we should be moved on. CJ, we should be at a slide called Coding and Marking Industry Users. And clearly, food and beverage is one of the industries that we serve. Cosmetics, personal care, pharmaceutical, tobacco, industrial, get into automotive, wiring, cable, constructions, electronics, extrusion. Basically, anything produced today has to have some sort of code or mark on it for traceability or identification. Okay, then we get into some of BestCode's customers. Again, we have thousands of machines installed all over the world. So here's just a few of the BestCode customers, and a few more, and a few more, and a few more. So big names, small names, international names, again, thousands of customers around the world. CJ, we should be to a slide that says replace older technology systems. BestCode has found great success in replacing the older competitors' machines around the world. So generally, anything that our competitors can print, BestCode can print as well. The BestCode systems are simple, they're reliable, and very affordable. Generally, the BestCode systems will be easier to operate, more reliable, use less makeup, and require maintenance less often, saving time and money over these older technology systems. As I flip to the next slide, we're just going to show you some of the machines that we've replaced in the industry. These are Domino machines, Citronics machines. I'll flip to the next slide, and you're going to see we've replaced the Lynx machine, VideoJet machines. Again, some of these machines can be 10 plus years old. And so then the next slide, you'll see a VideoJet Domino with Markham Homage. And then Boneyards, again, thousands of these are being replaced. Okay, then we get into a slide that says BestCode products, and then we'll flip to the next screen, and you're going to see the range of BestCode machinery. We have entry-level machines that do 1 or 2 line printing. We have mid-range machines that do 3 line printing, and then we have our high-end machines that also operate the fastest, again up to that 2,000 feet per minute with 1 to 5 lines of print. And then we have specialist systems. The specialist systems have the ability of using food-grade inks, opaque inks, so say a white ink printing on a dark color substrate. We have high-speed and ultra-high-speed machines. We also have micro machines. We can print the side of a toothpick. We can print on the side of a paper clip, and it actually is legible. Your eyes are good enough for that. Generally, all BestCode systems feature, clearly we're made right here in the USA. Most of our competitors today are not. Our cabinet is a complete stainless steel 304 enclosure designed for the most extreme environments. Many of our competitors are made out of plastic or aluminum components or some content of plastic and aluminum. And most of the applications we go into, those components are not surviving. We have a 10.4-inch colored touchscreen. Some of our competitors are offering smaller screens or smaller screens for lower cost units. All of our machines, from the low end through the high end, feature that 10.4-inch color touchscreen, which makes it easier for the operator to operate the device. We feature large 1-quart bottles, use all the ink and makeup that you purchase. And what I mean by that is when you add the ink and makeup to the bottle, all of it goes in the machine and all of it gets to be consumed. Some of our competitors are using cartridge-based systems, which leads to ink and makeup waste. And here's a couple representative examples of competitors' systems that are out there. Again, the cartridge, the plastic components. Our print capabilities, CJ should be at the slide, print capabilities. The print capabilities include 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 lines of print with matrices as large as 32 dots high, again, down to 1/10 of an inch, all the way up to 3/4 of an inch. We print graphics, we print barcodes. We have one-dimensional barcodes and two-dimensional, data matrix and QR codes. So we're printing real-time lot, date, time, expiration counters, and many programmable functions. Generally, a BestCode machine is set up and there is no message editing. It's set up to operate on its own, real-time, counting, keeping date, shift functions, anything that you would normally do. So anything you or your customer could possibly imagine for real-time coding and marking, a BestCode machine can do that for you. And you should be watching a very high-speed video. This is a web application printing on film. We have specialized inks for printing on the films. We call it plastic, plastic plus, and super plastic inks. And so we have a whole range of inks for the different applications. All right, so we should be moving on. And this next video is printing onto a corrugated box. And as we print on the corrugated box, again, we have the ability of printing 3/4 of an inch. So you got to think of continuous inkjet, not just a small character, but also large character capabilities. So 3/4 of an inch, we're printing alphanumeric characters. We got a UPCA barcode along with a lock code, date code stamp here. And you can see that printing directly on the corrugated case. So for many of you, you might have drop-on-demand technology or valve jet technology on your production lines. And CJ, you should have a slide up that says print large character with BestCode Series 8, better quality than DoD technology. If you'll notice, the bottom print is drop-on-demand valve technology, and the top print where it says 360A MENT ivory matte, That is done with the BestCode. Which one can you read? Here's another industrial application where we're printing a code 128 barcode with embedded time, date stamps, and counters. This is actually done for product traceability. So we're printing the barcode and then we're logging the data. You can see the scanning process taking place, which is put into the computer system, the company's computer system for track and trace. Then we get into extremely high-speed beverage applications. This particular application is in China. Yes, we actually are selling machines into China. And this is printing on the side of the bottle as well as the top of the bottle. And we have the ability of running in these applications of 50,000 bottles per hour. So extremely, extremely fast. And more importantly, when we get to the print example on the next slide, you'll see that the print resolution on top of the cap is quite the resolution for continuous inkjet technology. Okay, moving on to the next application, and this is a bottler in Romania, and we're printing on the tops of the cap, and just a simple two-line code. But what's unique about this application is that two-line code is coming down from a remote communication source into the Ethernet port. And so every bottle that's being printed here is a unique code being delivered by the remote communications. Okay, give you a good print example there. All right, the next application, next video here that we're playing, this is a distiller in Puerto Rico. They make many different flavored rums. What's unique about this application is we have an ink that's going to adhere to that glass and remain permanent on that glass. And in addition to that, we have an ink. This particular ink is alcohol resistant. So if the alcohol spills out of the bottle, the code is not going to be erased. Now, a quick snippet here for you about how to operate a BestCode machine. It's pretty basic. We try to make it as simple as possible. At the beginning of the day, you'll have the printer ready within 1 minute, so there's no lengthy startup process. At the end of the day, when it's time to go home, we have a one-touch go home button, so there's no wait time for a jet stop. So basically just press the power off button and walk away. The system will automatically clean itself and automatically power itself down. When it's time to add fluids, that process takes about a minute, so there's no wait time for fluid filling. So in addition to that, so we have some other functions in the machine that make it very easy for the operator to edit a message if they have to do that, or save the messages. So we're trying to do everything we can to minimize the number of touches that an operator will have to do with a BestCode device. We back all of that up with a standard 2-year warranty. That's not something that you have to purchase. That's standard from BestCode. We also provide free firmware updates and expect that you'll be able to use these machines for 10+ years. Again, going back to the offer I offered at the very beginning, get us on your call list. Let us know when we have the opportunity to come in and let you try a BestCode machine for free. And again, let us prove that we can meet your application requirements. And if it all works out, we'd be happy to accept your order. Okay. Back to Lee.
Okay. Dennis, thank you very much. Next, joining us from the UK is Rob Stark. He's the newly announced president of Fortress Interlocks, excuse me, USA. Rob will be joining us moving to the United States here soon. So Rob, go ahead, and are you ready to share with us? And we'll turn it over to you.
So yeah, I should be ready to share. Thanks very much, Lee. Can you see my screen and can you hear me okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So really today's going to be a very quick insight into a couple of different things Fortress can do. We'll start off with just a very, very brief intro into who Fortress are, then look at 2 applications, and then really round it up with maybe something you haven't seen before. So if we start off, some of you may be familiar with Fortress. We do a lot of business with Senior Advanced Technology, For those who are not familiar with Fortress, we're a safety interlock manufacturer, so we make safety devices typically for machine guarding, but we also make it for a lot of applications. On the right side of this image is actually from a dairy facility where this is a safety device locking a hose in place, which has got high pressure fluid in it for a cleaning process. We're global, we're headquartered in the UK, hence possibly my accent, but in terms of in Americas, we're actually got the US manufacturing facility in northern Kentucky. There's a quick snippet image on there of some of our other products you may have seen, but what we'll look at today is not necessarily the red and black product you might have seen. We'll start looking at some of the trap key technology. Trap key technology might not sound that exciting. It's something that maybe you haven't been familiar with, but once you start to see it and once you start to understand it, it can solve a lot of problems. The biggest thing that it offers in terms of machine safety for locking things closed and keeping guards closed is that it allows you to have Category 4 performance level E safety systems where there is no wiring to the access points. What that means for the food and beverage type industry is that means there's no wiring in the washdown area. There's then no electronics in the washdown area. The way that we achieve it is that we have full stainless steel construction mechanical access locks, and then we have switches or solenoid control switches that are IP rated and can be mounted in panels outside the direct washdown area. And the way that you need to access that piece of equipment is that you take the key from the safety switch in the panel, and then you walk across to that access point and unlock that access point with the key. Once that access point is open and the tongue is out of that device, that key is then trapped in the access lock, and there's no way you can get that key back out until you close the guard, confirm it's closed, then you can take the key back out and restart the system. That's all very well and good for small hatches, but a lot of what we see in filling applications is it might not be small hatches like the image on the left. I couldn't find a real image quick enough, but it's not always small hatches. A lot of time it's this whole body access situation where these filling machines are large or the application's large, and there's a risk of that people going inside that area could become trapped behind a locked door if that door gets closed behind them. Maybe someone else tries to close the door, restart the machine, doesn't see the person on the far side of the filling line performing some maintenance. Well, that's something you can do with trap key technology, and it's one of the things that we wanted to get across today. Is you can take the same system, we discussed that before, but instead of having a single lock on the access point, you end up with 2 locks on the access point. So hopefully you can see in this image that there's 2 locks on that access point. The way that that works is the same process. Again, you take the key from the control panel from the safety switch, turn the power off, you take the key along to the access point, you insert the key from the power, that then becomes trapped. As you remove a second key, you take that top key. Once that top key's out, it allows you to open the guard. And providing you keep that top key on you, on your person, whether that's around your neck or in your pocket, that door cannot close behind you and that machine cannot restart while you're inside. There is some safety standards that judge this type of stuff. A lot of it focuses around the prevention of unexpected startup. This is really suitable for large areas where maybe you can't do light curtains, you can't do pressure mats, and you can't do safety scanners, but a safety key achieves the same thing, but in theory, a bit more cost effective and retrofittable to existing equipment. That really wraps up what we looked at for the first application. We'll look at a second application now, which is something a little bit newer for us in terms of technology and maybe something of interest to a lot of people out there building machines and similar. Fortress isn't just known for making mechanical devices with trap keys. We're also known for making a lot of our newer products as electromechanical and electrical. We actually make full stainless steel construction safety switches, both as non-contacts, and then also we've got something coming out as a newer product coming out over the next couple of months, which is on the right there, which is actually a solenoid safety interlock made out of stainless steel with elements of design suited for food and beverage type industries. We tend to focus on making small devices with high misalignment for these type of applications, and then we focus on making them suitable for this open plank cleaning or clean in place type process where everything's sealed to IP69 and everything's as clean as possible to reduce food traps and similar. In terms of where this is suitable for applications, some of you may have type food mixers or mixing type processes in your facility. For the machine guarding in those applications, when you turn off the power to the mixer, there's likely to be some residual energy, a rundown time of where that blade's still spinning. So you don't want an access hatch to open immediately when If it was a non-contact fitted there, the access hatch would open and maybe the machine wouldn't immediately stop. Is those type of applications where it becomes really important to have a safety interlock device with guard locking to lock that guard closed. So in these type of applications, you have to request to enter at a push button, be it a HMI or a push button. You request to enter, that then starts the rundown time of a mixer. Once a mixer is confirmed as stopped, you can then unlock the solenoid on that guard lock and open up the hatch. You can see it sort of mounted there as horizontally, with its wire and cable coming in the bottom, and then the actuator coming down from the lid as it closed. The things that make this product from us a little bit different, and why it should really be interesting when it starts to come out in the next couple of months, is that we've tried to design it as suitable as possible for washdown applications. We can follow some standards out there, so there is some ANSI 3A standards out there regarding washdown. There's also some European standards as well. I've tried to put on the slide some of the extracts from the 3A guidance. Is that when they talk about products, they talk about making them designed and fabricated to be cleanable. You can see how open the mechanism and type of design is there on the right of this. We've tried to make it as cleanable as possible for safety switch applications. We've also made it out of full stainless steel, so to allow it to resist product growth and also resist aggressive chemicals in a washdown process. We've also tried to make it smooth, lots of radiuses, so any water that gets on there runs off because the sides are slopey. And also, if it was mounted up to a post like that, you would see that it can be mounted on standoffs. In terms of this product, what it could be called, so please feel free to refer to it as the hygienic interlock that you've seen, or its product code is CTEC. So its part numbers would start with CTK. We're available. I've actually got one in my hand if anyone can see me on the screen. It's available really for early customers at this point, with a full launch scheduled for later in the year. If it's something that's interesting, it's an application that is interesting for you, or even if you're interested in the track key stuff we looked at the start, please do feel free to contact C&E. Also, the local Fortress representative is Scott Moore. I believe he's listening. He's based in Dayton, Ohio, and he's obviously available to support customers in the United States as well. And on that was really all the content we had. A bit of a shout out there to anyone that is interested, but probably back to you, Lee.
Okay, Rob, thank you very much. Next up, we have one of C&E's technical consultants here in-house. He is going to be sharing with you some of Rittal's food and beverage enclosures. So, Chris, you ready? Take it away.
Good morning, I'm Chris Server, technology consultant for C&E Advanced Technologies, here to talk about the Rittal hygienic design enclosures for the food and beverage industry. If water is getting into your control enclosures and cabinets, chances are you're also getting bacteria inside of them as well. Rittal's hygienic design enclosures can help you keep the water out. Is your washdown and sanitation process creating any of these problems? Water getting into control enclosures and in cabinets, electrical problems due to water ingress, power washers damaging gaskets and seals that need to be replaced, and downtime and production issues caused by water ingress. Are you also spending extra time and effort cleaning your control enclosures and cabinets by covering them with plastic bags, hand cleaning control enclosures and cabinets, opening the control enclosure and cabinet doors to clean and inspect them, scraping off damaged gaskets and seals and replacing them? If you're experiencing any of these problems and dealing with these time-wasting activities, then you need Rittal's hygienic design enclosures. Your maintenance crews have better things to do than dealing with these water issues and the problems that go with them. Eliminate unnecessary maintenance and repair costs, as well as reduce downtime. Rittal's hygienic design enclosures are easy to clean, easy to inspect, and keep the water out. Now, I'll show you some of the design features of the enclosure so you can see for yourself what an outstanding product this is and how much time and effort went into designing it. First off is the silicone rubber seal. A silicone profile seal between the door, side panels, and enclosure eliminates the gap between the enclosure body and door, making it watertight and leaving a smooth transition that is easy to clean. The silicone seal for the angled roof and baying frame, comprising of press fit jointed profile links and rectangular profiles. The durable seal also stands up to aggressive cleaning agents. The blue color helps to distinguish it from food particles. It's joint-free, all-around external seal. The seals are easily replaceable in minutes, and the seals are non-porous, non-absorbent, and unaffected by food products. So now we'll take a look at the door and the internal hinges. Hinges that are inside of the sealing zone create an exceptionally easy, clean design on the outside. Okay. Internal hinges also eliminate hard to clean areas. Two locking rods and external parts made from stainless steel for secure and sealed closing. The easy to clean lock insert can be exchanged for a T-handle. Now for some of the design, it's an integrated, non-detachable rear panel, guarantees reliable hygiene and sealing in an area which is difficult to monitor. The door and enclosure with the all-round internal system punching for installation of accessories. The door is hinged on the right, but may be swapped to the left. The rounded edge folds on the door and side panels as a significant contribution to easy cleaning. The roof of the enclosure extends well past the top of the door and the seal to help prevent liquid or debris making any contact with them. This also has some hygienically designed accessories for a complete solution, including the wall spacer brackets with the silicone rubber seals that can also be used for machine mounting. It has IP69K rated cable glands with silicone rubber seals. And some of the construction and material of this particular enclosure, it consists of an AISI 304 stainless steel with a 400 grain brushed surface finish that is so smooth that there's virtually no crevice for debris or contamination to collect. It has a peak to valley height of less than 0.8 micrometers. The rubber seal has virtually every global certification for food industry safety regulations. It also comes in a junction box design, and a good application of that would be for an e-stop button. The terminal box has a 3-degree slope on all sides and a 10-degree slope on the lid. All surfaces are specifically designed to shed water and food particles, including the cams and the lock inserts. So finally, I'd like to just tell you kind of what the ratings are for this particular enclosure. It's NEMA 13, 4X, and 3R, and it also has an IP rating of 69K. So there you have it, an enclosure to fit your every need for your food and beverage facility. Please visit ceadvancedtech.com to view our line card and to access the Rittal website for more information. Thank you and have a good day. Back to you, Lee.
All right, thank you, Chris. Last on our agenda today is Ron Searles, sales engineer with KOGANEI International America. Ron is going to share some pneumatic products and suggestions with us. Also today on the call with us, not presenting, but will be here to help answer questions, is our own C&E Terry Schaub, motion product manager. She is available to help you with any applications, with our TCs, with applications that you may have in the future. So,
Terry, it looks like Ron can't get in. Why don't you go ahead and talk about this?
Okay, this is Terry Schaub. Can you guys hear me all right?
You're good.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was unmuted. I know Ron had a couple of difficulties with his mic. So again, thank you, Lee, for introducing me. This is Terry Schaub, Motion Product Manager for C&E. I'm heavily focused right now on pneumatics since our introduction last spring. So with KOGANEI's help, we have put together this flyer showing all the different solutions that KOGANEI has to offer for food processing. I will highlight a couple of them, and then if you have any questions, hopefully we can get them over to Ron for quick answers. So first I'm going to talk a little bit about, it's in the top left corner, the DA series. So KOGANEI offers a stainless steel variant of their round body cylinder. These are very similar to, we'll call them like Bimba throwaway round body cylinders that you may be familiar with. KOGANEI's cylinder is a better quality solution. It has longer life cycle, and it's a stainless steel option, so that's great for food processing. They also have, in the middle there, you see the KSHW shock absorbers. So these are splash proof, rust resistant, and have the H1 grease for food applications. Another product that I think Ron was going to mention are the fluoropolymer solutions that are shown in the center of the flyer. We have options for adjustable suck back valves in those fluororesin valves. And then the last thing I wanted to two more things I'm going to hit on. Underneath the heading of PEAK, you see the PVR rocker isolation valves. So this is a valve that you can flow not only air through, but also any other types of fluids that you may need to disperse on your machine. And the last product I'm going to touch on is at the very bottom under additional solutions. You'll see the IB Cyclone water separator. This is one of the flagship products for KOGANEI. It is differentiated in the marketplace. This water separator gets up to 99% water separation, which is the highest that you'll see in the marketplace. It has a very unique cyclone-shaped element internally that creates that high level of water separation. And because of the cyclone inside of there, it does not have a maintenance element. Many water separators in the marketplace, they have a maintenance, like a filter element that has to be replaced on a preventative maintenance schedule. This product does not have that. It also comes with an option for an auto drain, either normally open or normally closed. So as opposed to sending around a maintenance technician to empty that bowl when it starts to collect water, you can auto drain that. So those are just a couple of the highlighted products. This is a flyer that CNE created in conjunction with KOGANEI a couple of months ago, and it has been distributed throughout our mailing list. If you would like a copy, please reach out to your technology consultant or call us directly. There are live links behind all of these products that take you out to learn more information about each one of them. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and post those in the Q&A, and either myself or Ron will get back to you whether it's on this VTS right now or a little bit later today. And that's all I have. Thanks, Lee.
Okay, Terry, thank you very much. Thanks for being able to jump in there. Well, folks, that's all we have today. I just want to let you know to be sure to visit our website, cneadvancedtech.com. You will be able to, look at any of the websites, web links that we mentioned here today, and many others. And thank you for attending today. We have several other events coming up that are posted there live on your screen at the moment. June 24th, we'll be having a Safe Work Solution webinar. July 9th, the Pandemic Proof Factory. July 14th, we'll be having our 4th virtual technology showcase, and July 22nd, an auto guide mobile robots webinar. So stay informed, sign up, go to our website, get our events emailed to you. Again, we thank you very much. If you have any questions, contact your local technical consultant or go to our website and contact us, and someone will be sure and get in touch with you soon. Thank you all and have a very good day.